Hi, this is Ducks from Ducks Underground, and I'm here to talk about some beginner tips and notes and observations. Been getting a couple of questions lately regarding a few bits and pieces about the game, cosmetics, characters, that kind of thing, and just thought I'd run through a couple of bits and pieces and show people a few little things they can learn from this. Especially now that Save the World at the moment is currently on half price, and that usually means we're getting an influx of new players. So, yeah, let's have a bit of a look-see. So, I had a question from someone earlier today regarding character appearances. So, for example, here at the moment, I've got Fleetfoot Ken on the screen. Quite buffed up at the moment, so he's fully maxed out leveled character. So, hood, backpack, armor, that kind of thing. So when you first start with your characters and you purchase them, they won't look like that. They'll look quite basic in appearance. So for example, if we go to the collection book and actually go to look at the character, so Fleetfoot Ken, same rarity at the moment, we expect him. And this is him in his basic format, his vanilla format. So with that there, no backpack, no hood on that there. You can put these on and off once you've obtained them. So when you first start a match, you press your, on PlayStation at least, X, and you can remove or leave on backpack or hoods depending on the character. Also, with lower rarities of the same character as well, what you might find is they may look slightly different. So for example here, Fleetfoot Ken in an epic is more of a white appearance. And with that there, so bandages on his arm for his rare. And more of a grey look on the uncommon. So another thing you can take note of too as well, so same person also asked me about regarding of upgrading characters as well. So you can do that. All you need to do is have flux for that, and that is always obtainable from the shop. So if we have a look at that, so it's always in the weekly. Occasionally you might get the seasonal events where they might put them in the event items. They have done that before with some events in the past. But for example, I've purchased this week all of my legendary flux, so you can purchase 10 of these. That will give you 50 flux a week. For the epic, you can get 100, and so on and so forth for the rare flux, which I purchased a little bit earlier as well, just to do a little test here. So how does this work? So what you can do with that is one of two ways. So you can actually upgrade a character. So I'm actually going to purchase a character first. So let's have a look. Alright, so when you go to your characters, anything in the main hero, ranged weapons, melee, and any of the expansion characters, you can purchase them in-game. So from that there, all you need to do is say, I want this LMG. Click on it again, and you can research it. And as long as you have the flux for it, you can purchase it, or the weapon. Also you can upgrade as well from that, so I'll show you how that works. So we're just going to purchase, who will we get today? We might get one of the expansion characters. Expansion people. So Cyberpunk. Harvester Sarah. So for the grey or green heroes, you don't need flux for them to purchase them initially. You can just recruit them as long as you've got the training manuals to do so. So for this one here, 60 training manuals, I've got over 400, so no problems at all. And I've just purchased her. I can also book her straight away, but we're not going to do that. So new hero, there it is. Now we inspect her now. Now down the bottom right, we've got the choice to upgrade the character. So level up, as in going from level 1 to 10 and so forth. You can also view the evolution on these characters and what you need. So for this one here, we'll need hero XP and just pure drops of rain. And also increase the rarity, and this is where the flux comes into play. So for that there, to increase from green to blue, I need 100 rare flux, which I have. Just confirm it. And now the card's gone from green to blue. So you can also do this going from blue to purple for epic. So all you need is epic flux, and then from epic to legendary, and all you need for that is the legendary flux. So if you save your gold up as you go in, I do recommend every week to go in there, always get the legendary flux if you can. Epic perk up's also quite good too, especially in the early days. Even the rare perk up is alright for new players. For more veteran players like myself, it's not really much chop, so I don't tend to buy it. So that's one way of upgrading heroes. The other one is you can actually just buy the hero straight from the book like we were showing before. So we go back in the collection book. So you can do this for any hero. So if I wanted to get Shock Trooper Renegade here in a legendary, I can recruit the hero. So legendary flux training manuals. And you can even do that for mythic as well. They do cost a bit more though. So if I go to recruit her, it's 250 legendary flux. Now you can only purchase 50 flux per week, so that'll be 5 weeks worth of saving to get Master Grenadier Ramirez or any other mythic hero. So that's at least a little bit of an idea of how all that works. So generally in the early days of the game, things I strongly recommend is your armory slots. Okay, the reason behind these, what they do is they actually allow you to hold more schematics. So schematics come in for all your weapons, traps, and also it counts towards your heroes. So at the moment I've got 1,000 armory slots, and I've got 433 used. So each one of these is 1 slot used. So the more you have, the more you can pick up and store and keep. So it also applies to heroes as well. Your defenders and your survivors. Alright, so basically the more you have, the more you can hold. Later in game, yeah, it's absolutely necessary to have those slots. I've seen people have more and more than what I've got, but they may have certain weapons like a sword that may have energy on it. They might also have one for each of the 3 major elements as well. So they might have 4 of the same weapon because they like the weapon so much. So they may have a lot more than what I do myself. Okie doke. So what we might do as well is another question I tend to get is regards to both Outlanders and Constructors and their abilities. So if we have a look at that, we'll just change to a Constructor first of all. Okay, so Mega Base Kyle, one of my personal favourites. If you have a look, I've done a video and on this character, so just feel free to have a look at that. But if we just look at his basic abilities on this here, so other than these Decoy and Rosie and Bull Rush, we look at his perks. Alright, so down the bottom there, base. So place base to reinforce attached structures with 60 armor. Extends 4 segments from where it's placed, and it's placed from the trap wheel. So I'll show you how that works in a little bit. And the other thing is Outlanders. So we'll go and have a look at that quickly. So same deal, we'll just go straight to the perks on that one here. So another one here is question a lot is how to access the Anti-Material Charge. Okay, so what that does is it allows you to harvest by punching through things. So with that there, cost 90 energy, punch forward, destroying structures and harvesting their materials. Damaged and also damaged enemies, to activate heavy attack with your pickaxe equipped. So a lot of people tend to overlook this as well. So what I'll do is I'll pop into a game with both characters briefly, and we'll have a bit of a look-see at those abilities. Alright, so here we are with the Constructor, and we'll go for the how to put the base down. Alright, so normally when you go up to your walls and everything else, you go placing traps and wall traps, that kind of thing, roof traps. But when you go to put floor traps down, you'll have at the very top there your base. Okay, so you just do that, pop it down. Okay, and anything that's highlighted in the blue area is now protected by the base. So what that basically means is, if we have a look at the wood panel down here, at the moment it's, while it's protected, it's got 1,703 health. But this one here, it's just a bit too far away, only has 1,330 health. So this goes also for all other materials. So for brick, so 2688 without 2100. Metal 3316. 2590. So this will vary on a few factors. Be variant on a few factors. So this could be based on your power level, your skills. So the ones you go to in your hero tab and assign for your tech and that kind of thing. So also the size of your base could depend on the hero. So if we have a look at my loadout, for example. Alright, so heavy base Kyle. Now, we said before that his base does 4 segments, but I've also included Mega Base Kyle with him, which increases the size connectivity range by 1. So that'd be 5 tiles away. So have a look. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it stops. Okay, so that's in any direction. And it's in a radius, so it's not going to come out to, if we put some flooring down here. So reaches this piece here because that's 5 tiles away, but didn't reach this one because in a radius that's now 6 tiles away. So nice and easy. Alright, so other things you can do with your base or what it can do. Have a look, for example, in this loadout, because this character is heavily based around the base build. So lofty architecture will also increase the building health. So other than the normal increase of health it gets, it's going to get a higher increase again. Also, I've got power modulation on this one here. So as the buildings get damaged, they're going to heal themselves. So if I give that a pick, that will slowly regenerate itself. So it's not fast, so you don't rely on it. So there you go, it's just healed itself. So do keep an eye on your base regardless. Alright, so, and on this one here as well, I've got Frozen Castle. So when someone steps on one of the highlighted structures, they're going to get snared by 15%. So it's going to slow them down as well. So it's always good to tuck your base away, if possible. That way it's not going to get destroyed, because they can actually get damaged in combat. So it's got 800 hit points. So the husk can take them down. Other things you can do with these guys as well, so depending on your build or what characters you're using, your base can also generate resources based on what structures you're building with. So for example, if with here I've got all 3 kinds of materials, if I had the right character, I can actually do a recycling. So that's normally done through the, if I can find it here, so where is it? Build the base, kinetic overload. Yep, so the team perk. So the team perk I've got for mine is super trap, supercharged traps. So any traps, the damage is increased. Okay, but you can change that to one which is recycle, and that will generate resources every so often, and then you can come collect it. So be mindful if other people are doing the same perk on these things. Don't harvest their base unless they've given you permission to do so. It's just good etiquette, and hopefully people will do the same for you as well. But in a base build up, so if we go into here now, so look in these structures, so 1300 roughly. So that's the trap there for the defenders. So I'm going to just duck this one away. So I'm just going to go to my floor traps, place it down. And you can see here the whole place is just highlighted. So much more protected now. So another feature I've got on this character here as well is boom base. So if anything gets killed, it's actually standing on the base, it will actually create an explosion after so many kills. So this one here, it's sort of low level, so chances are that with defenders running around, they probably won't even get to the base. So what I might do is actually see if I can get them to come. I'll expand that base out a little bit. Alright, looks like there might be a few coming on here. So you can see there, the base is starting to build up. I think from memory, if it's 30 kills, it will explode. So I might just leave that down for a moment. So there you go, nice big explosion. So it's only available on this particular hero. But yeah, there's quite a lot of combinations there, definitely worth trying out. The best part about this game is the flexibility. You can make your characters whatever you want. If you want a constructor that's combat orientated, you can do that. If you wanted a base orientated, you can do that. If you wanted ability based, you can do that as well. It's definitely worth trying out the combinations to see what best suits your playstyle really. But to try all the characters, the Outlanders, the Ninjas, the Soldiers, they've all got their own perks and disadvantages and advantages. So yeah, definitely worth having a look at it anyway. But anyway, I'll leave this now and head over to an Outlander build. Alright, so here we are with the Outlander. So we'll have a look at the heavy attack now, the anti-material charge. So if you're using a normal melee weapon, you'll have two attacks for it. So you have your basic attack, so for example I've got a spectral blade, so just swinging the sword. And if I use the alternate attack with this particular weapon, that's the heavy attack. So when you use heavy attacks, it will use energy. Okay, and the same applies when you start using the anti-material punch. So bring out the pickaxe, so normal attack. Now normally it's an overhead chop with the pickaxe for any other character other than an Outlander, but all Outlanders have the anti-material charge punch now. So heavy attack on that, and you go straight through it. So at the moment I've just dropped on my wood, and depending on your build, it's very, very quick. Normally it's, I think it's a 50 points energy cost for any material strike. But with this one here I've got a reduction on this, so it only costs 19 energy. So also with fuel to fall on this character here, and the Syrian focus I've got with this, when the shields are down I'll gain 4 energy a second, and any eliminations also gain energy back as well. So for that there, I can pretty much punch continuously for quite some time. So let's go find some more trees. So there we are, we finally ran out and already got 400 pieces. Something you may notice occasionally too is that the anti-material punch kind of staggers, like that there, and you won't punch straight through things. This is a glitch, but there's an easy fix, fortunately for that now. All you need to do is just build yourself a ramp, go near the top, anti-material punch. Doesn't matter if you stay at the top or go off the edge, and that should reset it, so you should go back to punching through things again. So for example, I should be able to get both these items here. Not quite. Let's see if we can line up a couple of things here somewhere. So yeah, at the moment it looks like it's still glitched. But that's your fix anyway for it, so... Oop, that wasn't a punch. Get rid of these little fellows. So that should hopefully be working again now. But at any rate, oh, there we go. So it was a rock and tree just then. Also collect the fragments whenever you can as well, very, very handy. So for shock towers and teddies, I'd like to reduce the cool off time for the next use. Gadgets also for harvesting as well. If you have the drop box, which mine's ready, just drop that down and it'll give you some materials. So what we might do is see if we can get Teddy in a bit of action here. Just have a look at the cool off time. Might just go over to the base at the moment that we've got. Oh, also, if anyone who's got their hoverboard and is not sure how to use it as well, just press and hold the circle, it'll charge up. You'll see on the symbol on the corner there. And that'll bring your hoverboard up. Circle to cancel it off again. If you get hit by husks as well, it'll also kick you off the board as well. So just take note of that. So we'll just pop up to here. Another trick is too, Guardian's Will, if you need to get over onto higher areas, also for a few other weapons. The heavy attack can actually launch you up higher than normal, so if you do that, just jump, and then at this peak, attack again. So I'm going to pick up the wood I dropped before. And we'll get Teddy into action this time. So just take a note of the cool off as soon as it hits. So I'm going to drop him down now. Here we go, nice spot. So 42-second cool off. Also you can use Teddy for cover if you're getting hit by, shot at by some certain husks. So if you've got the Spectral Blade too, I do recommend, if you do upgrade it, put the energy efficiency perk on it. For characters like this and for ninjas, it will greatly reduce the cost of the swing attack. So not many characters are going to be able to use a blade like this as efficiently as a energy recovery Outlander. Oh, there we go. Alright, another Teddy down. Pick up all the little goodies out of this. So, because I had another charge fragment, that's still 42 seconds. Alright, so Teddy's ready again. Get these guys out. So now I've got no charge fragments. It's now a 60-second cool off without a fragment. So, and the same applies for your shock towers. Durations will be slightly different, but as soon as you've got that fragment going, or have a fragment collection, it'll reduce the cool off time. So for Teddy's, really, really handy. So hover trance, also another great ability. You generally won't start with it straight away, but I do recommend trying to get it fairly quickly. Normally what you'll start with is probably your bomb drop. So, but as soon as you can upgrade to this, it's fantastic. And when you get to high enough level on it, you can actually pop 2 turrets at a time. And then you have a cool off with a couple of minutes on each of them. So so also they'll fire faster, so instead of I think it's 6 shots a second, it's 8 shots a second, so really handy for those storm chests. Save it for the bigger fights. I'm here in the low level just to show an example, so I'm not really too worried. So in fact I'll try and harvest a little bit more. So nice and easy. If you're going to harvest, so do try to set your games to private. Or just ask the other teammates if it's fine that you can just go harvest in a mission. Jess here is probably one of the better Outlanders for harvesting, and typically you'll see a lot of people come into mission, just harvest away, don't help towards the mission. Once again, it's more of an etiquette thing. It's not really good to just leave the work for everybody else. So as you can see, she can be quite a devastating character for combat and can be great help. But if you need to harvest, you can just go into mission, harvest away. If you don't even have to harvest and complete the mission, you can just harvest for as long as you need to, and then jump out early. So if you're going to do that, set it to private and try and do a mission which doesn't have a timer on it initially. So things like you fight the storm, category 2, 3, 4 storms, ride the lightning, even build the bombs. So, because essentially there's no kickoff timer. Things like ride the lightning with the balloon drop. You've only got 10 minutes. Encampments, you've got 20 minutes. So, if you do want to harvest for a long time, they're not really the best missions to work with. But it gives you a bit of an idea of how to work with an Outlander more efficiently. So very versatile character. So as you can see, that's a really good harvester build. But you can make it that focusing on teddies or seismic smash punch, which is a ground punch, phase shifting abilities. There's a multitude of choices that you have with these characters. So like I say, just try it out, experiment. If you want to make a new build for yourself, figure out what kind of thing you want your character to do. Do you want it to harvest? So great. You want to make sure that you've got energy efficiency on your punches. If you want to be a teddy build, so make sure you've got like extended duration on your teddies, that kind of thing. Shock tower for more duration, that kind of thing. So it just really, the combinations are endless with these characters. So it's definitely worth having a look at and trying them out. At the end of the day, there's no real right or wrong answer to what you can do. As I said, at the end of the day, everything's really beneficial. So even for me, playing at a low level like this, not really worried about the experience, but things like, for example, drops of rain, fantastic. Summer tickets, fantastic. So as a note, they're going to end today. So any remaining tickets you've got left will be converted to sci-fi llamas in preparation for season 10. So I'm in Queensland, Australia, so on the east coast. So my time, it's going to be 6 p.m. That they're going to do the update. So normally on PlayStation I find it's about the game will stop at 6. Takes about 10-15 minutes before the update is available to download. And once you've got that going, so normally it's within an hour or so of that time. So say around 7, my time will be when it should be up and live. So very interesting to see what happens now between both Battle Royale and Save the World. I'm looking very much forward to it. Depending on what's happening, I might even try and do a bit of a recording on that tonight as a bit of a live stream. So if you've got any questions or anything during that time, please let us know. I'll try and answer them as I can. So it's always very appreciative of any comments that do come through. So, you know, if you want to know, should you perk something up? Should you pass it? What do you got? You know, any new player tips? Anything at all, feel free to ask. I'm here for that, and here for the community. I'll try to be as helpful as I can. So like I say, there's no real wrong answer at the end of the day. So just let us know. But anyway, thanks for your time, and hope to see you soon. So if you do enjoy, please like and hit that subscribe if you can too. It does mean a lot to me. It really does help promote me to punch out more videos for you guys to have and enjoy looking at. But anyway, this is Darks from Darks Underground saying thanks for watching, and hope to see you again soon. Thank you.